Welcome guys, sorry the shaky hands there. We're talking about using the bounce today with our little white balls and our little white clubs. Well, they're actually more silvery chrome, but that's okay. So yeah, an introduction really to wedge shots and how to use the bounce and what they're talking about, and not using the leading edge so much and getting all that around the green. So I really hope you get something out of it. I'm just having a lovely day. So we're in the bunker, and I'm showing you that we're not going to drag the handle down into the sand. We're going to, what feels like, fling the club under the ball. So the ball's forward in our stance there, and we're going to get the club to come back and the butt of the handle to point at our belt buckle, like that. Now the trick to this is you can do all that, but you have to rotate as well. If you don't rotate, this isn't going to work. It's just a flappy cat's tail. And we don't want flappy cat's tails when we're playing golf. All right, so we've set it up forward in our stance, round, and we rotate. Okay, here we go. We've got an interesting little shot here where I've got to come up this little slip, head up to the flag, and I guess we've got about 15 paces to the flag and about 4 paces to the green. The little slope is what's the issue. If it was more tightly cut, maybe we'd putt it, but it's not, so I'm going to have to use a different club. Okay, so we're going up that little slope. Oop, camera's out of focus. Okay, we're going to use the bounce. We're not digging in. We're not getting the leading edge dug in. You can see the handle, or the butt of the handle is pointed at my belt buckle there. I'm always rotating. All right, so the bottom of the club, the bounce, is bouncing on the ground. And we're controlling that by rotating, keeping the handle close. Okay, here we are about 65 out, I suppose. And we're going to do the same thing. Yeah, we're going to take a bit of a divot because we're moving faster, but you know, we're still going to use the bounce. If we drag it and dig it in, we're just going to get a big fat divot or a thin or, you know, shank or whatever. All right. So we're going to take a few practice swings. We're going to whip that bounce onto the ground. Again, the base end of the handles pointed at the belt buckle. There we are. There we are. So practice swing. All right, set it up. Let's do it for real. Tight. Okay, here's up by the green. I just shoved a couple of balls off the edge there, and to show you that, you know, a chip can be. We're not going to drag the hands on this either. As soon as we drag the hands, we have to get lower, and it's all a bit of shit. So our knees are forward. You know, we've already set up to go forward. Now we're just going to swing the club, hit the bounce on the ground, and get the ball moving to the hole. That one was a little skinny, not too bad. If I'd set it up badly, I'd just whipped my hands at it, it'd have been bad news. Here's the next one. All right, not so bad. Okay, here's a better shot of it. So my knees and everything is forward of the ball. We're doing all that, but I'm just skimming the turf with the bounce of the club, the sole plate of the club. I'm not going to drag it. There it is there. Okay, here's one out of the rough. And again, I'm not going to drag it. I'm not going to flip at it. I'm not going to do anything crazy like that. I'm going to use the bounce to pop it up out of there, and the rotation to keep the speed up. There it is there. You can see the handle, or the base of the handle pointing up in my belt buckle, or the man belly that covers the belt buckle. All right, here we go again. So the ball's set up there. rotate through, handle still close. Just thought I'd show you a lob. Crappy position to do it. Looks like I've got a downslope there. Anyway, we're going to do it again, but you'll notice I've got the ball a little bit forward in my stance. I'm going to do the same thing. Bounce is going to go on the ground. Keep the club close to you at the end. I'm not going to dig that sucker in, because if we dig the sucker in, it's just going to go, could go anywhere. Okay, bump and runs. All right, this is 7-iron. Just going to put it back in my stance and hit about a 60-footer, I suppose it is. But again, you know, 7-iron doesn't have a lot of bounce, but I'm not going to use the leading edge to dig into the turf or do anything crazy like that. I'm just going to set it up and use the bounce on the ground. And the contact with the ball will be on the face. There it is there. So the rotation keeps the speed up. The hands close keep the radius the same, and we'll talk about radius at another point, but here we go again. We're not dragging the handle, we're not flipping the handle. Just going to swing the club, let the rotation take care of itself. There's my smiling face. Now what I'm pointing at is the bounce, is the sole plate of the club. The where it says the number or the P or the loft or whatever it says, right on the bottom of the club, that's the bounce. And that's what we're skimming along the turf. So you see, I'm just going to chip a few onto the practice green here. And while we're doing that, we're practicing not dragging the handle through impact. We're just practicing getting the bounce of the club on the ground, rotating through, which keeps its speed up, hitting some good shots. From there, we get this technique right. Then we can start playing some shots. Feeling the length of the shot, controlling the flight of the golf ball. And eventually, once you get good enough, controlling the spin. So this is a fundamental part of chipping and pitching and sand shots, and is to be able to use the wedge in such a way that helps you get the ball closer. Because if you can get it closer, of course, you get lower scores, and it's game's a hell of a lot easier. Thanks for watching, guys. Love you all, and I'll see you next time. Dan, Little White Balls. Use this part. It's there for a reason. See you next week, guys. Thank you very much.